Happy Homebrew Wednesday! Long time no see. Welcome back to Kotten Brewery. I've been very lazy for I think 6 months. It's my first video in a while. Apologies for that. Yeah, I don't know why. I've been making videos of brew days and just didn't get around to editing, so today this is going to be the one, I promise. Oh, it's a brew day today. We're going to make a Imperial stout. My last Imperial stout was a little bit, it messed up. It was a chocolate orange stout, meant to be 11%, turned out to be 3%. Done a lot of investigation into why it was 3%. Turns out, after all the discussions on Reddit at homebrewing, I calibrated all my thermometers. The only one that was true was a little, mechanical mercury, well not mercury, but you know what I mean, thermometer, and that was actually bang on 0. So I'm going to use that as my check from now on, my go-to thermometer for making sure everything is all right. So the temperature transducers were minus 1.5 out, so I was mashing at 68 degrees for this stout, trying to get a big body stout, and yeah, apparently I was mashing at 69.5, which made a lot of unfermentable sugars, and I've got a very nice 3% session stout. That would have been good for the SJ Pour challenge. I thought it's a great beer. Today I'm going to recalibrate just to be sure, because I'm making the same stout. Oh, am I making the same stout? No, I'm not. I'm making a similar stout, my mean bean, but I got no orange peel, so I can't make the same stout. So what's happening in the brewery? One, it's dry January, so no alcohol for me, which sucks a little bit. On a brew day you want to have a nice beer, but yeah, at least my supply is building, so I've got a beer tasting coming up in a month, and I think I'll have 7 different types of beer, so it's the first time ever I'll have 4 beers on tap in the bar. Let's have a little look what's going to be new for the brewery. I've got a few surprises for you. I'm quite excited about it myself. Still got a few things to work out. Also the bottle washer, which I promised I would start this year, has not started yet, so I'll be starting that imminently. The thought is in my head. Let's go have a look at some new things for the brewery. I'm going to be testing out some new things today, so let's have a look. Yeah, heating up the sparge water. I haven't got this recirculating yet because I've got something to show you, a new test. So I have the little DC pump that usually goes in there. Oh yeah, and I've got a label maker. Okay, nice, isn't it? This is our new little guy, a Rover pump. This is good, food safe up to 95 degrees, and I'm using this now for 2 purposes. One, I want them for the bottle washer, which we're going to build, so yeah, that's starting. But also I want them to circulate my HLT. The little DC pump's good, but it's okay. So I want this guy just to test him, see how he goes. It looks like a lovely little pump. One drawback of this pump from my system, incompatibility with my system, is the connections for the hoses are 3/4 inch and all my fittings are 1/2 inch. So I went to Brewpie, I got 2 expansions, 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch cam locks to connect to the system. Now inside here you have 2 rubber sort of inserts, and they provide the seal, and I don't think the seal is sitting properly, so I expect today that this pump is going to leak. But we'll give it a test, and if it fails, we still got the little DC pump, he's going fine. So that's Brewery Edition number 1. And this is my little label maker. Does a good job. Got my fermentation 1, fermentation 2, all my things labelled. He's labelled. I want to label everything. So what have we got? What have we got cooking? And here we've got an easy IPA, about 40 litres I'd say. And he's been chugging along since last weekend. And today we're going to keg this little guy. It's a quadruple. Just took a measurement. Gravity was looking pretty good. Yeah, so we didn't have any problem with fermentation for this one. Alright, he started off at 1.085, he's now 1.017, and that's a 9% ABV quadruple. This is the new addition to the brewery, the main addition. We got here a 70 litre lacquer stainless steel induction pot, and on top we've got the Brewmeister hood. Now you can see in my brewery it's a pain in the buttocks with that kitchen hood, so I want to get it right direct on there. I want to be able to take off the extraction, dump in the hops, and I'm going to build a nice big frame with some sort of crane system to lift this guy, hoist this guy up, the lid that is, and then you can put in the cooling coil or do what you need to do. So that's the intention, just to tidy up the brewery a little bit. I don't know if it'll tidy it up, but at least it'll be more handleable, handy, prachtig. Anywho, welcome Mr. 70 litre brewpot, welcome to the team. So we're going to quickly test this guy under liquid conditions. It's hooked up to the HLT and recirculation. One very nice advantage of this guy is the Rover pumps is you can go forward or back. So you can pump this way by pushing the button this way, or you can go this way by pushing the button this way. That's a very handy thing, especially if you're using it in the boil. Just the backflow, no disconnection, reconnection, da 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 da. I think that's a very useful feature. It's also self-priming, apparently, though I was reading in the instructions that, yes, add a little bit of water to help with self-priming, so, Alright, so the first test is, does this guy leak? So I'm going to open up the valves, let some water flow. I'm having a look. I see my first drips, yeah. Look at this guy. He seems to be fine. Maybe if I take him apart, put it back together again, he'll work. But for now, I'm just going to test it and see what the noise is like. Does he make a noise? Significant noise? Let's give it a go. Everything's open. Power's in. Holy! No way, man. No way. That is fierce. No way. Compared to a sugar pump, holy crap. One more time. Okay, apart from the leaking, the biggest problem with this pump is the noise. Unbelievable, but let's have a little look at its pumping capacity. My ears hurt. Holy crap. Such a little thing. Yeah, alright, he's pissing our water. I'm gonna get him disconnected. I'm afraid this guy has to go back. Thank God it's only water. Okay. Noisy, noisy, noisy. Spend the extra €40 and get yourself a chugger pump, guys. Or go deaf. Your choice. Next job is to calibrate our temperature gents usage, and you can see already since last week there's been a drift. 0.2 degrees out. So the ice water's been sitting there for about, I'd say, 15 minutes. I'm trying to keep them off the ice as much as possible because it's the water temperature you want. He's gone for a little -1 there, but that could be because he's touching. He's 0.1. So he needs to drop 0.1, and the other guy, he's reading 0. So the left one just has to go down 2, and then we're pretty much in range. Okay, everybody's a winner. Alright. So the second test, I know most people like to do the boiling water test. Calibrate the upstroke, but what I do is a bit lazy. You took both temperatures and scissors, put them into your hand, and just hold them. Just hold them like this. You can see the temperature increase. Both 34.7. Both at 0 degrees. These are well calibrated. So let's get brewing. So this is our recipe for today. I've used this recipe many times, many times. So it evolves a little bit. Nottingham Ale yeast, Magnum is the only hop, and then you have all these different grains to give it the nice flavors. So it's a real grain based with just a nice bitter hop to balance it all out. October 2016 this recipe was made, so it evolves. I'm probably going to look into my phone rather than look into this. I'm not sure if this is still true. Alcohol 1.105 OG, 1.021 FG, ABV 11%. Still haven't got that, but we'll give it a go. And this is the green bill. So, grain is crushed. Nice crush. Guys, if you're still using the Corona mill, you gotta get yourself one of these rollers. It's an absolute game changer. Especially if you're using one of those new systems. What is it? The grandfather, or ones that are similar to the grandfather. You're just gonna get stuck. Get yourself a roller mill. I know you're trying to save money by buying a cheaper device, but yeah, if you're having stuck mashes and you're still using the Corona, that's your problem. Yeah, as you can see, this thing is a pain in the butt because I can't just pour the grain in. I have to shovel it in one scoop at a time, and it's a bit of a pain. We're going to get the mash going, and once the mash starts, we're going to begin to keg. Clean up some kegs for the quadruple. Let's get cracking. Put a restriction for the first 10 minutes while the mash heats up. And I'm going to turn the heating element off and let it rest on its mash temperature. We're mashing it now at around 50 degrees. Still looks hot, but the heating element's off, that will drop into the grain. Be back in 10 minutes to ramp that up to 67.5. 68, but I'm scared of going to 68 now. So I'm going to stick at 67.5. No matter what, it's going to be a decent beer. Alright, cheers. So, Brewday's going good. Just transfer. Oh, good! Was going good. Yep. Focus, focus, focus. I'll be back. Well, I've seen much worse than that. Okay, so far, apart from that little mess, the Brewday's going good. Stout's in there. I'm gonna let the mash tun run dry. Take a measurement, see where we are. See if we've got our gravity. I've flown a little bit of sparge water through. I know I said I wasn't, but just to clean the Herms coil a little bit. So that's, yeah, you can see it's running white again. And it's going to pump it through. Mashed out. Ah, boring. Okay, so the quadruple is kegged. And that's sitting now in the living room. Just going to lager it for 2 weeks before putting it on the CO2. I'll turn this off now. I'm going to switch the pump back on now. Everything should be settled down. Have a little look under. Yeah. You can still see a little bit of a dribble coming out of this due to the pressure differential. Doesn't really matter. Could turn it off. Ah, no. Stopped. Yeah. Now, time to do a little bit of tidying. And we're done. Well guys, it's been an eventful brew day. Alright, so 11 o'clock at night, got some washing material, OxyClean, cleaning the pump, but I'm just going to finish that off tomorrow. So in here, heating up now because it's chilling, the Imperial stout. Came out at a nice gravity of 1.094. With the second runnings, I made a little, second stout, and I added about 750 grams of dry malt extract, cooked it for an hour and a half, we got it up to 1.055. So that's going to be a nice 6% stout. And the hops are in, but unfortunately, because the IPA is in fermentator 1, and fermentator 2 has the other, and fermentator 3 does not exist. So this room is pretty cold, around 17 degrees. So it should keep it nice and cool, at least for the first few days, and then when it gets a bit more stable, I'll move it into the living room to boost the temperature. But it's pretty stable in here temperature wise, so, and it's pretty low ABV beer. Well guys, it's been 3 months since I've made that video. I told you I'm being very lazy, but I couldn't find my camera stand, so I had the same problem. Even this time, the stout is very sweet. It's a really nice stout. I have to say, it really is. Brewdog have actually got this glass down to a T. Look at that. Really nice stout, really sweet. Again, it did not ferment out properly. So, yeah, I recalibrated everything. You can see here, I've decided to add a little good old-fashioned Chinese thermometer. Oh, jeez. Did you see that? There's a hair. Anyway, yeah. This is not doing what it says it's doing. I have no trust in this whatsoever anymore. So basically what I'm doing now is I've got this guy here and he's telling me exactly what's going on in the mash. And if he's saying this and this and he's saying that, well, at least now I can turn off the power to the heating element or whatever, but that's not how it should be, yeah? It's not how it should be. So guys, as beautiful as these PT100s look, I'm really doubting my control system. I'm having to go back to manual brew methods to really manually control the brew system, which I don't mind, I love. But it's not what you want.